The First Amendment protects our freedom of speech, and that's really important. But the First Amendment goes only so far. It says Congress shall make no law abridging speech. But that just restricts government. Schools and businesses are free to set up whatever kind of speech rules they want. And some do. The advocates for victims movements have so frightened some people that, as Jonathan Rauch wrote in his wonderful book about free speech, Kindly Inquisitors, now there's a new commandment: thou shalt not hurt others with words. This is a dangerous idea, but it appeals to people.
It appealed to people who came by my affirmative action bake sale.
What is funny to you about people who are less privileged?
Everybody should pay the same damn price. I don't care who you are.
What do you think about this?
I think it's wrong.
Should I not do this because it might hurt people's feelings?
Not only it should hurt people's feelings, but it's just like out of sense of respect.
Should I not do this?
You shouldn't at all.
This is just too hurtful.
Yes, it is.
As always, the goal of those who would ban my racist bake sale is noble. They want to create a kinder, more civil society. But who gets to decide what's too hurtful? When the most easily offended people get to decide, that invites censorship that never stops. And that stifles the exchange of ideas.
Why does it have to be shut down?
Ideas were stifled when Bucknell University shut down their students' affirmative action bake sale. Bucknell just sent me an email saying they shut it down because of the different prices. State and federal laws prohibit discrimination.
But come on, colleges don't shut down fraternities' ladies' nights that offer cheaper drinks to women, or crack down on feminist bake sales that protest an alleged gender wage gap. And affirmative action itself is a form of discrimination. I think this is about schools being politically correct. No one wants to be criticized for saying the wrong thing about race. Correct.
My bake sale made some people mad, but because nobody stopped me, it allowed time for discussion. And once people started talking about what my racist sign represented, they dropped their anger and said it was worth talking about.
You're trying to make a point, right?
Right.
So sometimes you got to do things like that to make a point. It's not racist.
Part of America, part of free
America.
speech?
Exactly. See, because if you wouldn't have did this, you wouldn't have had this. And you need this to get your point across, right?
To get people to think about it, to talk about affirmative action.
Of course, it ain't racist, not at all.
Now, you would think the first place that would defend the spirit of free inquiry would be a university. They're supposed to be vibrant petri dishes that nurture all kinds of ideas. But today, many schools are anything but that. I got a personal taste of the new intolerance at Brown University. I was there to cover a rally against date rape. On that campus, the definition of rape had come to include having sex with someone who was drunk. When I was in college, that would have eliminated most sexual activity. So I did a politically incorrect thing. To spark debate, I said, I'm not sure I understand the new definition. When I was a student, rape meant physical force.
What's allowed? Is every person supposed to be sober when they have sex? You can never have sex drunk?
That is rape. Unconsenting sex is rape.
The students screamed at me.
Get off this campus. We don't want you here.
Appropriate behavior. We can't hear you with these people trying to
Rape is not TV hype. Come on, everybody, louder.
They drowned us out. Then they ripped out my microphone cable. All because they didn't like a question I asked. Where do they get the arrogance to think that only their perspective should be heard? Probably from their activist professors. But the beauty of free speech in America is there is no one authority that gets to decide what words we use. No president, no priest, no imam, no one person, no group of people has that authority. There is no single authority. Everyone can speak. Now, I don't agree with everything Ann Coulter says, but I'll fight for her right to say it. No one should get to shut her up. She shouldn't be prevented from speaking by these shrieking students. And she shouldn't get attacked by morons with pies. Now, I understand how people chucking the pies feel. I want to throw pies at some people I interview. How can they have such bad ideas? I want them to shut up. But too bad for me. Free speech means that when we hear awful ideas, the only responsible thing to do is to speak back. That's our show for tonight. Good night.
Catch the post-show conversation and get ticket information at johnstossel.com.